Alright, Trevor, here's what we were talking about yesterday, okay? The keys we were talking about on the phone a little bit were related to what happens with your spine angle, okay? And how you're worrying about left arm being a little too low, feeling like it's too low, and then from there you can't get on top of the golf ball. Now, if you use your lower body correctly, okay, we can get you from your position you're at, we can get you on top of the golf ball a little bit better, all right? But the key is that you're keeping your hips a little bit more underneath your shoulders, all right? When the spine gets through the ball, gets tilted too much this way, the shoulders start working under, okay? If someone was tilted this way, the shoulders would obviously work over. This is what it looks like from down the line, okay? If I'm a very straight up and down spine angle, neutral spine angle, and I got some tilt towards the golf ball, very neutral spine angle, and I rotate around that neutral spine angle, watch how in plane the shoulders work, okay? If I tilt away excessively, I'm doing this tilting away a lot in order to try to exaggerate the movement, and then I rotate, okay, this is your shoulders working flatter and under, okay? From here, I'm going to work under the ball. No matter what you do, you're going to end up getting that club just a little bit inside, and you can't really cover it up. You're going to have a little shaft lean away, or not have any forward shaft lean on it. You're not going to be able to cover it, and you're going to be from under the golf ball too much. The converse would be if you had tilt forward, and then I rotate around that point, look how over the ball you'd be, okay? Over the plane. So we're trying to keep your spine angle working a little bit more neutral. We're feeling like you're working inside of your shoulders are working over your hips a little bit more, okay? As opposed to getting that way just a little bit, which just enough of it will get you underneath the golf ball a little bit, okay? You won't be able to trap it, and that's the stand-up move is because you're feeling under it, like you're going to hit behind it, and then you stand up a little bit to try to get out of the way, and you hit that little thin divot, all right, from underneath. So the more we can keep you working directly over your hips in rotation, the easier it's going to be in order to help you keep the right side working on top and trapping it a little bit. So that flat shoulder motion is created sometimes by a move away, okay? That's going to create a flat shoulder motion if I move my head away. If I keep my head stable and rotate my shoulders, look how my shoulders are going to work a little steeper, okay? And from that point, I want you being able to feel like steep on top, okay? So rotating, feeling like shoulders are steep on top, all right? If you get that golf club, that club can be as low as you want. Watch some Anthony Kim video, all right? You'll see that left arm really, really low, all right? But the difference is he doesn't get overly this way. His body works on top of his lower body. There's still resistance, okay? There's still the word I'm looking for is some dynamic motion, okay? Because there's hip turn before shoulder turn, but it's not big time hip slide before shoulder turn. As the hips go this way, it sets the shoulders back behind your pelvis, and then you're rotating underneath. Nothing you can do is going to get you on top, and even if you do, you're going to hit some kind of wipes, all right? Like as if the ball was too far back, and you're kind of hitting some wipes. May start at the target and just kind of bleed right, all right? So we're going to try to get you feeling a little bit more on top. So the flat shoulders is not where you want to go. We want to get you working the shoulders there and there, okay? So there, club pointed at a spot out past the ball, club point at the same spot, okay? That's going to help you stay in your angle just a little bit longer and help you get on top of the golf ball a little bit more. Trying to think of anything else we were trying to talk about on the phone. Oh, the other thing is the result of you being a little underneath gets me seeing the club every once in a while coming out like you're trying to save it, and you'll feel just past impact, feel your right arm goes high, left arm goes low, and you'll see the club come out the back, kind of flipped over that way, okay? If you are releasing this correctly, you are trapping it with the right side, and you feel like it's much more of a hit this way, where the palm's feeling like it's at the ball a little bit, feeling like it compressing it, the release should feel a little bit more, it's not a scoop underneath, it's a compression, and then as your body turns, that hand is a little less rolled over. Now it's really a result of being a little under. The more you're under, the more you're going to have to do this to save, okay? The less you're under, the more you're going to be able to feel like you slap it. It feels a hard impact, but it's a slapping impact, not a rolling impact, okay, with the right hand. So it's going to feel slapped. It's going to feel like the arm, this is a hard hit, okay? But it's a hit this way with the palm feeling like it's more square to your chest, okay? If I'm talking square to my chest, I'm talking about this way, okay, as opposed to that would be closed or that would be an open to the chest. So it's a square to the chest slap, release, and the club will come out much more that way, okay? At that point. So you see the club come out released on plane, the club will come out a little bit more that way as opposed to really rolled over, okay? It'll be somewhere in between there and there, all right? I'm going to hit a couple so I can kind of demonstrate what I'm talking about. So this is a 7-iron. Taking at that big flag out there. Now if you can slow that down, I think you're going to see that club is not going to come out turned over, all right? And I feel like I'm hitting it with my right side really hard, all right? So my right side is hitting it hard. The club actually feels outside of my hands a little bit here. I feel like I'm trapping it this way. So the feel is going to feel there, okay? Feels like I'm taking my chest, trapping down the ball. Club's going to feel a little bit out. My palm feels like aimed at the ball a little bit more, but the angle is retained in the right wrist that way, not retained by having the club face way open here, all right? That's a little bit of an advanced concept, and I'm a little afraid of you using this too much right now, except for in a drill, because you've been so used to having the club face in a semi-open position on the way down and underneath, so you're having to rotate the club really fast through impact. As you start doing this the first couple times, you may hit some hooks until you start clearing your body correctly, clearing in rotation, all right? Because you're going to feel like the club face is shut, and you're going to feel like you're going to shut it more. But I want it feeling like the club isn't having to close quite so much from here through impact. And that's largely because of plane, okay? So I want you feeling a little bit more working over your hips, okay? All right? You'll see that my hip actually works almost just inside. There's a little bit of a bump, then it works inside my left foot. That gets my upper body chasing, and this spine angle is going to be much more this way through impact as opposed to tilted away too much, okay? Do that one more time. Okay? I feel very much upper body is chasing over the bottom, so I'm be able to compress that golf ball. Feel like the club face is going to feel like it stays. The ball's going to feel like it stays on the club face just a little bit longer, almost like you're holding it and you're throwing it that way. You're not whipping it through with the hands. Okay? You're going to feel like you're trapping it and almost throwing the thing.